Sorry about that, folks.
No, that's fine. It's okay.
I'm stopping my video. I'd rather not be seen.
Okay, here we go. Well, I have resisted doing anything with Christmas baubles on it up until now, but however, it's now the 1st of November, and really what we wanted to do tonight was just make you aware of how you can be organised for your Christmas activity, and how it really doesn't take a great deal, but it can pay dividends. So what you really want to do though is, if you've not got the tools, you need to get them now. Get yourself organised. Cards, get them with Earn Extra Cash for Christmas. Make it Christmassy, so that it's that wee bit more specialised. Your shop ads. Now, you don't need to go to any particular bother for your shop ads. You can use coloured card and a pen. The important thing with those things is to get them out. It's not to, often the more professional they look, the less people will look at them. When you have a handwritten ad, it's what people expect to see and find, and so use. And labels, get some labels, just the wee mini address labels, the same size are fine, that you find on for your Clean Easy catalogue. But get some labels, and just who do you know who wants to earn extra cash part-time? Keep it simple, use your own words, obviously, but yeah. But speak to your customers as well, and start now, because it's coming into a busy time. Let your customers know that you're looking for people. Even more so, we're really needing help over the Christmas period. This is a really busy time. Who do you know? That way you're not asking them. Give them a card. That's why I'm saying get the tools now. Give them a card so they can pass it on. When you're doing blanket drops, if you're doing blanket drops, card when you collect your catalogues, not when you're delivering them. You don't want all of them back in your catalogue again. You want them to stay in the house if possible, and you don't know who's visiting that house. Now, the other thing is, of course, you're not only just going to blanket drop once, you're going to blanket drop several times to the same house. Give them a card. You don't need to do it every time, but I would just now, especially with it coming up to Christmas. But even throughout the rest of the year, when you're blanket dropping, every second time you visit, give them a card. You just don't know when circumstances change. When you go shopping just now, make sure you take shop ads and cards with you. You want your shop ads in, and it's easy to do them when you're going to the shops anyway. I'm not suggesting that anybody goes out purely with shop ads, though if you particularly want to do that, there's no harm. But certainly take them when you're going out shopping. Don't just put them in newsagents. Go into every single shop. If there's 5 shops in a row, try 5 shops. Maybe you want different shop ads, different coloured card, that type of thing, so it's different in each window. How many shops, if there's 5 shops in a row and they're all different shops, hairdresser, butcher, bakers, grocery store, and further along the line, no, I didn't do the candlestick maker, I missed it out, I know. And there's another grocery store 2 doors further along. Do all of them. Some of them will say they'll take them and put them up, and some of them don't follow through. But not everybody uses the same shops, so put them in every shop. The thing is as well, it gives you an opportunity to speak to the people who are working in the shops, because those shop assistants will have friends who aren't working. Now, this is what you do now. Don't wait till the week before Christmas. It's too busy. Have a car sign, but always park it where the sign can be seen. If you got it on the back of your car, then park it in a single row with the bum facing out. If you've got it on the side of the car, leave it at the end of the row. It just makes sense. if you've got a trolley and that's how you do your cataloguing, put a sign on your trolley. You could even just do a poster, an A5 sheet of paper, an A4 sheet of paper, handwrite it, extra cash for Christmas, pop it in your trolley. You might want to do, before you do that, you could put ask me how, your email address, your web address, whatever you choose. But get the signs out there and be inventive. That's the important thing, be inventive. Other self-employed people, construction industry and gardeners, don't leave it till Christmas time. People have already planned ahead. They know when they're going to get laid off, and they know that they need extra money to be able to run the house. You know, they're not going to live in fresh air, and not all of them live with their parents. So, you know, you need to talk to them now, though. And I can't say before the wet weather comes in, because it's been wet for months. But who do you know who can't do what they usually do in the winter months? Now, you must know somebody somewhere that just needs to look for something else. Or think of jobs. Go through the alphabet and start at A. Jobs start with A, B, C, D. Who do you know? Have a list of jobs and then right beside them who you know that does those jobs. And maybe just a wee bit change of attitude here when I say think of yourself as a lifesaver, because sometimes we can be a wee bit hesitant, depending on how you're feeling, and that can change from hour to hour. So think of yourself as a lifesaver. What if we fly? What if somebody you know gets made redundant or just can't work for the winter? How grateful would they be, even just if they were earning 50 quid a week? So think of yourself as a lifesaver. And then, a dying art, I'm afraid, the Christmas card list. But in times gone by, when you wrote Christmas cards, if none of you do it now, I still do. But if you don't write your Christmas cards, who would you normally send them to? And then that's who you want to get in touch with. Now, if you don't normally send them, and you're going to this year, then put in a wee letter, just saying, haven't been in touch for a while. I just thought it would be nice to say hello in the old-fashioned way or something. You know, don't make a big deal out of it, but I write a letter with most of my Christmas cards to the people because I don't always see them. I like to catch up. So you can put a wee card in with it, staple a card to your letter, maybe not to the Christmas card, but, you know, something like that. Customers' Christmas cards. We all do them, I hope. We all do them. Do you use Clean Easy Christmas cards? Please don't use Tesco or some other shop. Wait just 2 seconds. Oh, I don't know what I've done with them. I must have tidied them. Oh, I do know what I've done with them. I beg pardon. So, here are my Christmas cards. I beg your pardon. Bumper packs of 30 for £4. And those ones, they go to my family or friends or whatever, but they're all Clean Easy cards. So make sure you get your Clean Easy cards. It puts money through your business. And let's face it, you don't need to give Tesco profit. You want to give yourself profit. And I'm just using Tesco as an example. I have nothing against Tesco in particular. You can Sainsbury, Waitrose or anybody else. So, on the inside of the cards though, this is where the wee label's really handy. Do you know anyone looking for extra income? Who do you know? Put that on your any mail you're posting on the outside, because although the mail is mostly automated nowadays, not all of it's automated. So get some labels on your posted mail. You may as well benefit for everything that's going out the house. You're going to get more parties, more invitations, hopefully, to parties, friends who are going to have little get-togethers. At those get-togethers, there's always other people. Those other people know people that you don't know. Take your cards with you. Always be interested, though, in what they do, because that will always let you know that you too are going to get asked. Sorry, I was just popping somebody on mute there. Beg your pardon. So they'll ask you. If you ask them, they reciprocate. And what do you do? So always have cards with you, because people generally won't remember. You'll probably make a bit of a ham's fist of telling them anyway, so give them a card. Hang on to that, and if you're interested or you know someone that's interested, give me a wee phone or get in touch with me. The shops are open later, though, and more people are around at Christmas time. Shops will be starting to open later in another 2 to 3 weeks. There's more people out. The shop assistants are pleased they're getting paid, but they generally get a wee bit fed up with queues, awkward customers. You have to remember, though, you can't be an awkward customer, because every one of those people that you're going to talk to, that you're going to push past with your bags when you're shopping, and you're fed up with dottery folk in front of you that are not moving quickly enough, they're prospects. So you just can't be the awkward customer. At hotel nights, there's lots of Christmas party nights on. You're not going to visit the Christmas party nights, but what you are going to do is perhaps either get into the car park before they go away next day at lunchtime, or alternatively in the hotel before they arrive, and get out just a couple of cards here and there. Don't litter the place, nothing going to upset people more, but a couple of cards here and there sitting around where lots of people are going to be, and you know, you can leave them lying around. It's amazing. People will pick them up. Where else can you go? Because you've got those cards, so you want rid of them. Don't do what I did when we first got the cards. The cards were really expensive when we first got them. I think they were about £75 for 2,000 to 4,000 or something. They were really expensive. And so I remember thinking, they'll last us a while. No, you didn't want them to do that. You wanted to get them out as quickly as possible. And £75, remember, it's going back a while, so it was quite a lot of money. But yes, you want to get your cards out as quickly as possible. Colleges have night classes, and they have over 18s going in there at night time. Pop in during the day, they've got lots of notice boards. Yes, they've got secured entries, but all you have to say to the people, or the colleges I know have anyway, all you have to say to the people in reception is, I was looking for some people that might be looking for a job, a part-time job. Can I leave a couple of cards on your notice board? Once they know you're not the axe murderer, you generally get in all right. Gyms are busy. Lots of places are busy that's got nothing to do with Christmas, but everything to do with Christmas, because they're socialising. So, you know, you've got local gyms, again, they've got car parks, supermarkets, people buy more. It doesn't matter that their cupboards are already full. But the sad thing is, it also reminds the people who can't afford just as much that maybe their cupboards aren't full and they're looking for cash. Flyers through doors. Of course you can. You're walking down the street, going out for a walk with a dog, the buggy, whatever. Just take an extra half hour and flyer some of the doors. And it is a good time. You will get extra people responding to your ads just now. You'll get a big uptake. So your Christmas shop ads, I think I mentioned earlier. Posters, again, I did say about on your trolley with your catalogues, but you can put a poster anywhere. Don't litter the place. The council will just get annoyed. They don't really like them on the street furniture. They do prefer them on a wee stake at the side of the road. It's a very old method of people responding to you. However, it's also a cheap method. Make sure they're out in your local area, because if anybody else wants to do Clean Easy in the streets around you, you want them in your business. You don't want them in competition with you. You want them working alongside you. You might want to take a table at maybe a church or hospital, or we've got a working man's club in the area who often do charity collections, that type of thing, and they're always looking for people to take a table. Just get some Clean Easy products, pop it on, but also get some information in some shape or form. You might even want just to print some stuff off the internet. And this is a time where an information pack becomes really useful. However, we don't have them anymore. So it's very much a case of just getting something together that everyone can go away with, and promote your shop as well. Make sure that you've got Facebook shop on it, so that they can find you. More people buy at the internet, or from the internet rather, at this time of the year, and they start now. They don't start the week before Christmas. People are really geared up on internet shopping. They know that they want to get in early. My daughter's already got the majority of her Christmas shopping done. Her mother does not do that. I'm sure it's because I never did that. She does exactly the opposite. She obviously hated the fact I left it to the last minute. But any delivery drivers that are coming, and I'm very fortunate because we take in most of Wendy's parcels as well. If she's out and about, we just keep some cards close to the door. And when the delivery driver comes, just give him a card. You don't know what he's going to be doing at the start of the year, because again, extra staff are always taken on for Christmas in this period. Self-employed businesses always advertise on their vans, their cars, or something. They've always got a number. They know that people have to contact them, and they're getting free referrals from all of that. So take their mobile numbers, stick it into your text and send them a wee text. Hope you don't mind me contacting you. I noticed your van, not needing a tiler just now, but I wondered if you knew anybody who was looking for some extra cash around the Christmas period. Of course you want them to stay longer than that. And some will, some won't. That's fine. As long as people get what they're looking for, that's the important thing. You might even want to set up a raffle. Now, the teddy really is lovely. It's beautiful, but it's still out of stock, unfortunately. And it's an ideal gift to raffle because, of course, it lights up and all the rest of it. Choose a product that's pretty. Leave it at a shop counter, put a wee note on it, a golf club. If you know someone, you might know someone at your local dentist, hairdressers, something like that, somewhere where there's always people around and they won't mind it taking up a wee corner, and they might even say to everybody, well, listen, there's a wee raffle. One of the ladies that comes in left it. Make sure you've got cards beside it as well, and tell them just to take a card so they can contact you, and make sure those cards have got your Facebook shop on it too. Now that's all the methods that we used before we got really into Facebook. But believe it or not, it's seven or 8 years, maybe longer, In fact, it is longer. It's maybe 9 years now since the first person joined our business from the internet. So, and although Facebook was around, it was nothing like it is now, the use of it. I used other sites, look for them. There's loads of other sites where people advertise looking for work, whether it's babysitting, dog walking. Just email them or text them. I'm not needing a babysitter or I'm not needing a dog walker, but I do have something that might fill in a gap if you're looking for some extra cash. Just let me know, text me back, and I'll send you a link to some information. Now, if they don't text you back, well, so that's great. But if they do text you back, that's great too. Use discussion posts. I was speaking to Rachel Fulger when she was up at the Millionaires. Rachel Fulger does 30 discussion posts 3 times a day for sponsoring. That's what she does. Morning, afternoon, evening. All discussion. Every one of them. Yes, they might take a wee bit longer, but they do work better. Your marketplace is an add-on. It just always has been. It's an add-on, and you can get lots of add-ons, but your discussion posts work well. With your discussion posts, you must. Don't just comment on other clean, easy people that you know. That doesn't always work. There's something not working just now, so do be very careful. Choosing a post, and I know that people will say to me that they see so many lovely, pretties, cutes, nice. I have about 5 words that I use. And I do a scroll through the post till I find one that I think I can honestly say, lovely. I don't put it on willy-nilly. So yes, it widens your reach. More people see it. I've got lots of other online sellers in my group because I've liked their posts or said, oh, that's nice. And they do the same with mine, but they're not clean, easy people. They're not. They're other people who advertise online. But as I say, there's more than just Facebook around. I don't mean for selling, but I do mean for sponsoring. Lots of things. But respond to everything, because no one will join if you don't contact them. I've only ever once in 18 years have someone phone me up and say, I got your information pack. And the person who said to me then said, after having read the information, said, do you really make money from this? Do you? And I thought, well, either that or I'm spending money sending out an awful lot of guff. But, you know, so they joined, but that's rare. You have to contact people and ask them. If someone likes your post, regardless of whether it's a selling post, a sponsoring post, say something along the lines of, please do you like my post? If one of your friends want information, message me. However, if they comment on your post, take it a bit further. Hi, and tag them. Can you PM me and I'll reply with the details? Change your wording though. Don't always use exactly the same wording. Can you message me please and I'll reply with the information? Things like that. If they say, what is it? Is it selling? I always reply with the same. Can you PM me and I'll reply with the details? I don't get involved in a conversation online. A lot of the time the admins don't want you to do that. If there's too much commenting on a post, I sometimes shut the comments down because I've always got in the main body, message me. Because I don't want a whole screed coming up and an admin going, delete. I don't want that. So I do shut the comments off if I have loads. If someone says, why can't you just tell me on here? I'll say to them, I include a link to a video and I post it too often, Facebook police might not be too happy. Now, one of the admins actually contacted me on a page at the weekend and said, what was it? And I emailed them back. I said, the only reason I didn't put it in the post is exactly that. I include a link to the video. I don't want it to go toxic because there's more than me use the same link for our business. And she was quite happy with that. I gave her an explanation. Some people might not message you once you've asked them to message you. They might decide not to. Then, you know, that's entirely up to them. That's their choice. But it's the same with cards as well. They might not contact you. They might not pass them on. But everybody that's built a business, like the Lynn McDonalds, Peter and Jackie White, Gavin Scott, Bob Webb, they've all had people who had said no to them or not contacted them. The difference between them having a big business and a small business is they've been more persistent in contacting people and getting back in touch with them. But remember, as I said before, everybody you speak to will be socialising more at Christmas than they usually do, which means that really you want every one of them to have a card in their hand, your card, so that they can pass it on. I mentioned before, you may speak to the same person more than once. Just ask them to, if they say, oh, I got a card, say, oh, well, do me a favour then, pass it to 2 people. And you might, you know, you can be a wee bit cheeky about it as well. Some will and some won't. Now, some people will work very, very hard over Christmas, but it will only be for Christmas. Some business owners do 50% of their turnover in the 3 months leading to Christmas. Now that's really sad because 50% of that turnover may not be enough to sustain them for the rest of the year, which means that they're really just working 3 months in Christmas to give them well, to buy themselves a job really for the period of time. I know that the business that Wendy's in, which is they suck and jet lots of things, but because of the wet weather, their customers really don't want to see them in very wet weather. So a lot of people in that industry are laid off or in short time. But you want to do it consistently. That's the answer. Same with posting online. Do it consistently. I can do 70 ads at any one time if I sit long enough. And touch wood, and I'm touching wood. I haven't had a ban. Now, yes, it takes me a while and I do take the time to do it, but I do follow our system rigorously. I don't miss a step out. I'm not suggesting that I'm Miss Perfect. I don't mean that at all. But work the system and the system will work for you. Now, that's me all done. There we go. Bang on, half an hour. Woo! Don't often get that. Stop share.
Thanks, Jane. Thanks very much. That was great. Thank you.
Thanks, Jane.
Wait, and I'll stop the recording.